What's up, traders? Nick Shaheen here, looking at Snap. Reason I'm looking at it here with a video is because it came on CNBC, and it's always fun to pick on them. I think Guy Adami was saying Snap is his go-to stock right here, and I'm thinking to myself, now you want to get on board that? Where were you when it was way down $7, or maybe 13 or 14? Now at 22, he loves it. You know. Let's see if he's got any reason to do that. Everybody else disagreed. The people who voted, I don't know, 1, 2,000, whatever, nobody agreed with him. It was a landslide against him. So I'm going to give you a spoiler alert. I'm with the people. There is no way you would get me long Snap right now without a specific trigger, and I don't see one right here. Okay, it looks like in the breakout, but it also looks like late in the breakout. And I see several breakouts before. Caveat, I haven't done a video on this one in a long time. The last time I traded this, I sent out an alert that I saw a confluence of reasons to get long it for a long period. And it was under 12 or 11, 12, something like that. And I said it's going to 18, maybe 20. I got laughed at. Guess what? It went there. It was a big win. And I haven't traded it since. So let's see. All right. So this is a daily chart, about a year's worth of data. That's what most people look at. It's not enough because whenever I see a stock up here, I don't have any reference. If I look left, I don't see anything, so I need to zoom out. But first, let's discuss this one. So I see a lot of reasons why there would be triggers off of this, but that was an event, so you didn't have a chance. This was a place not to get start long until you see reasons, because that was a big ledge from which it fell. The February candle is important, that one day. If you look at it, it almost makes up this whole jag right here, consolidation period. So they spiked, they chewed on the earnings, they decided, okay, we've held the support, let's break out. So the place that chased it up was here. So on the way down, that would be a better entry point at 1850, because if they give that back, it's okay, but then they'd be falling into some support prior breakout, so it should lend, buyers should step in. Whoever missed this out, when it comes back here, they say, you know what, I missed it last time, let's get long. Plus you have support below, so you can get in and put a stop. That's one way to do it. But to chase it up here without a reason to, let me get down to maybe lower time frames. Yeah, even on lower time frames, it's better, almost $1 lower, in my opinion. But anyway, let's go back to the daily. Let's see what happened before. So I'll go to a weekly, and now we have information. It came out, and the first day was its best day, or first week was its best week, and then lower high, lower high, lower high. I'm going to show you my drawings and where I thought there was a confluence of things. Let me reset it. There we go. That was wonky, right? So somewhere around the circle, I said some big shit is going to happen, because you've got a descending channel ready to bust out. You had an inverse head and shoulders ready to bust out, which is bullish. You had the pivot line that was ready to bust out, and it all happened in one place. So I drew the circle here. It didn't happen until here, but that was the level that we chased. And guess what? 18 came and came and came again, and then they gave it all back up. So once I got out, I never looked at it again. In fact, there must have been a sold put here on the way up or something, so we'll see. Anyway, here we are. Let me take the drawings out. I can tell that it's at a point where it has a big failure before. So this was a big ledge. Okay, it beat this. That's great news. And it's closing. This is a weekly candle, so the week still has a couple of days on it. Today is Wednesday, the 17th, June. So we have a couple more days to see if actually it's going to close strong, and then see how it's going to perform against this, and that. So if you're fast enough and you think you can squeeze $2 or $3 out of this rally, maybe. It looks like, an expanding range that broke out also, so that has upside potential. So I don't think he's crazy, but it's not an obvious point of entry. That's my opinion. So for me, if I were to get it, I'd find better things to chase. Let's put it this way. and it's better on a dip towards the breakout from which, the neckline from which it broke out recently. So if I were to draw one line across it, will be somewhere around 18. First of all, it's a round number. Second of all, it's a place they tried to hold, and then they couldn't, and then they lost it. They came back to it. It was kind of a zone where they failed again and again and again, and now they're above it. So it's clearly a pivot zone. So I would want to pay attention to it. Let me see if I can get less noisy with a monthly chart. So now it's clearer to see why 18 is important. We were doing homework on SPX open interest. There were some pretty interesting candles. Okay, so here we go. 18. So I picked up 18 from the weekly chart, but it wasn't that obvious. But now it's more obvious as to why it is important. All right, it's not a perfect line, but it has a couple of perfect instances and a whole bunch of pretty damn close. So now they're above it. Onus on the bulls to say, okay, we can use it as we attack. And then they fall back to this line, and then they go, okay. That's how you build it. You run a little bit, you come back and test it. And it's okay to test down to here. So pick your battles, pick your entry points. I'm not chasing the perfect entry point, but this is not an obvious entry point. So if you love the chart, first of all, I haven't checked on fundamentals. It's probably expensive now. I can't believe I missed the $7 selling puts down there. I must have been busy. So it still loses money and it still has a lot of hopium. How do I know hopium? It's the price to sales. So I don't mind an expensive stock that's growing, or even stock that loses money that's growing, like Amazon forever and ever. I do mind a stock that has a lot of hope built into the top line. So it's selling at a huge multiple to its current sales, meaning everybody's hoping its sales in the future will be so much bigger than now, because based on its current trailing 12-month sales, it's priced 16 times that. 16 times. So that's pretty expensive. For absolute comparisons, Amazon is 4, Facebook is 9-ish. Who else? Twitter? Okay, I don't know what Twitter is, so let's go see. That would be a good compare. $7 or $8, and Twitter makes money. PE is 20. So does Facebook. PE is like high 20s, 27, 26, I don't know, something like that. So clearly Snap not only is priced to perfection with regards to current sales versus future sales, it's also expensive because it still loses money and these other competitors don't. And so it's expensive on all accounts, and it's toppy with the chart. Not a reason to short, but definitely find a better entry spot. Shortable with a tight stop. How would I short it? An easy debit put spread like $5, $10 wide. If you want some drama, you can sell some calls or call spreads, but that creates a lot of risk there. So anyway, Nick signing out.